years ago, 3 years ago,
I think
it was.
A bit more, 3 years ago.
Back then we were still active working as interpreters for the European institutions. And we were looking for a fitness activity which would fit with our working schedule, which was always very flexible, and therefore we needed something which was close by, which could be done quickly without having to change and shower, and that's how I think you were the one who came up with the idea to test this system.
Yeah, because we need to be very, our job is really unpredictable, so we can be called in at the last minute. We never know when the lunch break is going to take place, so I thought we need something where we can just go in our clothes, be there 20 minutes and then come back, because you can always find half an hour in order to do something, but you can't find an hour and a half where you on top of it need to shower and all that, and then you look weird when you come back into the booth later on. So I thought that would be nice, and so we had a demonstration with I think it was Mike then, and we liked the concept, and we decided to try it, and so we tried it for I think we tried for 6 months in the beginning.
Yeah, that was the first subscription.
And then we went on year after year after year after year, because and now it's the 4th year actually.
Probably, yes. Yeah.
So
I like the fact that I could even come here in my suit and tie. Well, I would take off the tie while doing the exercises, obviously, but I would keep my suit on, and I wouldn't be in a sweat afterwards. I could go straight back to the office.
Yeah.
That was really encouraging.
Yeah. Same with me. I only took my high heel shoes off, because that's not very practical when you're on the leg press. And so shoes off, go, shoes on, and back. And no sweat, no stress. The colleagues didn't know, you've been to the gym? And I said, well, yes, I've been to the gym. It can't be. You don't even, you didn't even smell of sweat. No. So that's the way we discovered it. Yeah. So, and it's a very nice way to do it, because it's a very efficient way to optimize the bit of free time you have, because then in 20 minutes it's done and dusted. So 5 minutes to come here, 20 minutes here, no waiting time, and then out again, and then grab a sandwich or a soup or a salad, whatever, and then back.
And it's nice to have a fitness activity for both of us in this way.
Yes, that is the nicest about it.
We don't practice the same sports, and so we didn't have any obvious way to work out together.
No, because you play tennis, I don't, and you play golf, and I caddy, but it's not the same. So it's a nice way to feel we're doing something for ourselves. Well, I remember 2 experiences. You might remember Cape Verde. I think that was a major experience for us. Maybe you can tell about it.
Yeah, we went to the Cape Verde Islands on holiday 2 years ago, and the Cape Verde Islands are very hilly and
mountainous.
You need to be in good shape in order to really benefit from the wonders of nature, because it's a beautiful place, but you need to get out there. And we did some pretty tough trekking, for us at our level, and we were surprised to see that we could do that without having any problems. And we think that was mostly due to the training we get here.
But for me, the most remarkable was that even after doing a very, very tough trip, especially I remember the one where we had to go downhill on a very, very steep hill, where every step you had to watch, because otherwise you would be sliding down on your bum all the way down. And then it really hurt in the legs here. And I thought, this is going to be awful the day after, when it will be sore and hurting and everything. And the day after, it was just nothing. I said, it's remarkable. It's never happened to me before. And it was really, for both of us, it was an eye-opener, actually.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's before that, I know that every time I went up hiking, whenever I came back, I was sore for 2 days. And this time we went hiking, and very steep hikes, and we weren't sore at all, not one single time.
No, and it was the same when we went up the volcano. We were walking in the ashes most of the time, and it was also very steep going up and down, and we didn't have any problems doing that.
No, that was
fantastic.
And the other thing is that, I still remember also a period where I had a very deep depression. I was actually off work for I wouldn't say almost a year, but almost a year, 9 months, full time off work or part time off work. It was really difficult. And the only thing where I wanted to come, because otherwise I would be going even further down into my depression, it was coming here. Those 20 minutes, it was kind of the thing I knew, okay, if I can manage that, then I can get out of my depression. And I remember that every time I was here, those 20 minutes, it was like I got a boosting shot, kind of more energy. And it was a time the depression was so hard that I stopped washing myself, I stopped going out, I stopped seeing people. I only came here. And this is why the corona lockdown was so hard for us, because we couldn't come, and it was absolutely awful. Okay, we were 2, so it was not the same problem, but I mean the depression we were 2 too, but
so it helped you?
It did help me, yes. And it still does actually. Sometimes I arrive here and Nico asks, how are you today? I say, I feel so bad. Because I had a bad night or a late evening or whatever. And after 20 minutes here, I feel like, no, I'm going to conquer the world. It's really funny. Do you wanted to say something?
No, I was just going to say that being 2 together, we also motivate each other. If one of us really doesn't feel like going, then the other one will say, no, come on, you lazy,
kick in the butt.
You lazy bum, you can't stay at home. Because I'm going, and then in the end you're happy that you did it, because you always feel better afterwards. It's not only a physical thing; it's also psychological. That you've done something good for your body. Your muscles are alive, and you are energized after this session. And well, you will feel a bit tired for the first couple of minutes, and that's only normal, but
you're very tired the first couple of minutes.
A very short time later, then you're back to normal, and you feel good. And
better than normal, actually.
We
always have. I mean, I always have more energy after that. If in the morning when I come, I say, okay, we'll come here, and then we'll go back home, and we'll have a nice drink on the terrace. And after we were here, I say, okay, now we have to do this, and we have to do this, and we have to do some shopping, and then we'll have a nice drink on the terrace.
At least.
Let's start to the...
Yeah, well, talking about the period at the beginning, I actually, I always felt safe in this environment, because you're only 1 or 2 people working with one coach. But actually, after a few months, I developed a problem with my left wrist, and it was kind of puzzling why that would happen. So my wrist would hurt, and then I would stop doing certain exercises for a while, and then when the wrist was fine, I would start all over again, and the problem would come back. And then finally, the coach discovered that while I was doing the exercise correctly at the beginning, I would slightly change the grip after 2 or 3 exercises, and then because I would do the last 2 or 3 exercises in a wrong way, that's why I would develop this this problem. And once we had identified that, I stopped doing that, and there's never been a problem ever since. And I think this proves that the coaches are very attentive, and they will make sure that you're always doing things in the right way. And then, of course, now there's the lockdown, where safety there's a new aspect to safety. But again, as I said, with maximum 2 people and 1 coach in a fairly large room, it's easy to respect social distancing rules and to feel safe. Everybody is wearing a mask all the time, and personally, I don't have a problem doing the exercises wearing a mask. I don't think you do either. So we have absolutely no qualms about that.
Yeah. And actually, just to show you how safe I feel, I mean, here there's always a distance. It's 1.50 meters always. And for me, it's very, very important. The social distancing and the mask are important, because I have a cardiac problem. I have a cardiomyopathy, chronic heart failure, in other words. And even because I have chronic heart failure, even I have it, I can come here and train. My cardiologist is very, very satisfied about the way about my health and everything. But I don't dare to go out. I mean, I'm really, because of my health, frail health, I would say. It's a really a big problem for me to go shopping, for example, because people don't wear a mask and they don't keep social distancing. So I'm afraid to go out. It's Pter doing all the shopping, and I'm almost never going out anywhere if I'm not outside and far away from other people. And here I feel so safe. I feel actually so safe I can take my mask off, because you are there at the other side. Pter is my husband, of course.
Why not?
We see each other all the time. The coach is always away. I don't have a problem wearing a mask, even though I have actually breathing problems because of my heart problem. But here, there is a -50, there is fresh air. I don't absolutely have no qualms about, and otherwise I'm really stressed about going out, and really stressed. It's a problem for us, because when we're invited at friends' places, sometimes I say I can't go because we'll be too many, too close. And here I just feel okay, and I think you do too. I know you do too.
Oh yes, of course I do.
Otherwise you wouldn't come. So this is just to prove that it's, even I'm a bit hysterical about safety, but in this case I feel safe.
Sure.
We're happy with fit20, so I think if we are, other people should be too. There's no reason. Of course it's expensive, that's the only...
Well, it depends what price you put on your health.
Yes, it's okay. I can understand that some people are hesitant. For me, for example, it is important that for the price we pay, we get top quality. But then we get top quality, so there's absolutely no problem about that.
Yeah. All the coaches have been first class.
Yeah, really. And so we are only 2, which is very safe, and then we get personal, individual attention, which is good. And for that, I'm definitely willing to pay the price. That's obvious. But we are in a bit of a luxury position anyway.
Well, you can say that.